All right, we are on Parah Yud, Mishnah Bet. And we learned about this thing called Tumat Madaf. Madaf is not shelf. Madaf means alei nidaf, like a driven leaf. Very, very weak tuma. And we learned about Tumat Madaf as like a relative tuma. It's a din d'Rabbanan, a rabbinic or decree that's relative, i.e. for kachim relative to truma, and for chatat relative to kachim. And we learned all about Tumat Madaf in this context, and we found that Tumat Madaf, when a person moves or touches something that's either ra'oi lemidras, that can be sat upon or laid upon, okay, or kalim themselves, and we learned the machloket about them, fine. But now the Mishnah, according to the Bartenura and most Mefarshim, are going to talk about a different kind of madaf, which is a secondary kind of madaf that's connected to the zav. So let's look at the Bartenura for a second. Mishnah, the Bartenura says the following: El yono shel zav. The things on zav is a person who has an emission, some kind of tuma emission. If he's ziva gedola, he's tamei ava tuma, very, very tamei. So if the zav is lying on things under him, everything under him is called tachtonot, under him, and all those are tamei midioraita. But the stuff that's on top of him, let's say he's got a blanket on top of that. So the stuff on top of them are called elyono, and those are called tumat madaf. Those are a second type of madaf, again from the pasuk, from the pasuk, I think we're Lamed Vav here, right? Kol alei nidaf. I don't remember where it is. It's around here. Kol alei nidaf. Here we are. Lamed Chet. Kol alei nidaf. Sound of a driven leaf, a leaf driven. It's like a very small minor. So that's also madaf. She'ima yu agabe hazab. Esa michsa'o zo al zo. Kulam tamei madaf. If you have 10 covers, 10 on top of the other, they're all tamei madaf. Afilu hel yoneh. Even the top one, shalom naga ba'hazav. The zav didn't even touch it. Still tamei midrabanan tumat madaf. Shekashem she'esha matza'ot zu agab zu. If you have 10 blankets on one top of the other, v'shachav azav be'el yonah. And the zav lies on top of him, like the princess and her pea, and she's got the mattresses, and she lies on top of it, and she's a zava. Kulam tmeo deoraita. They're all tamei deoraita tumat mishkav, even though she didn't touch them. Kach. Similarly, michsaot el yonah. The Rabbanan made a decree and said the upper ones shall gabe azav, on that are on top of him, tmeim d'Rabbanan mishum madaf. That's the second kind of madaf, even though he doesn't touch them. Okay, and now this madaf, okay, mishkav is an avatuma, but this madaf is eno ela vladatuma. Vladatuma is a secondary tuma to be metame food and drink. But here we're talking about mishum chumrot de Chatat. There we go, because we're very machmir. Adam v'kelim shenagu b'madaf, people or vessels that touch this madaf, tmeim lechatat. So this second time, says the Mishnah, hatahor lechatat, person who's tahor lechatat, he's ready to do the parah aduma. Shenaga b'madaf, and somehow he touches a blanket that was an elyonah, the second kind of madaf. Elyonah of the zav, he's tamei sar, even though it's in d'Rabbanan, gone. Similarly, lagin shel chatat. Lagin is the vessel, the kad, the jug that you're going to use to pour the chatat water in because you want to sprinkle from it. That's lagin. Shenaga b'madaf. If it touched this madaf, and either kind of madaf, either one. Now, normally we learned in the last Mishnah, you just have to move it, but that's a person. But here we're talking about the cleat. In order to get a cleat, tamei, if it touches that madaf, that to a madaf, then it's tamei. If it doesn't touch it, not tamei. Next case, atahor lechatat. Person who's tahor lechatat. Shenaga be'ochlim u'mashkim. He touches food and drink, any food and drink, even if it's tahor. Afilu she'im torim the truma or lekodesh. It's tar for kachim. They were very machmer for korban chatat. Biyado, if he touches them with his hands, tamei. Uberaglo, touch them with his feet, tahor, that's okay. Hesita biyado, let's say he moved them. He didn't touch them, but he moved them. Then it's machloket. Rabbi Yeshua metamei. Rabbi Yeshua says he is tamei, and chachamim itaharin. Chachamim say no, as long as he didn't touch them, even if he caused them to move, he is tahor. We'll stop here. Dedicate our learning. Remember, my father, Rav Simcha ben Yitzchak Kalman. Make it a great day.